It all started when I was in high school. And in my first week of high school, I had two people tell me I was too fat. One was my high school softball coach, who told me I was too fat to ever really play varsity. Another one was a girl that was in most of my classes with me. And when I asked her to hang out on Friday night, she said, "I'm sorry, Leslie, you're just too fat to hang out with us." My heart was broken. I was shattered. And at the ripe old age of 14, 15, I began to be a chronic dieter. If you think of the 1990s, if there was a diet, I probably followed it. Low carb, keto wasn't existent back then, but that was low carb, right? Weight Watchers, counting calories until I almost passed out, and then eating just a little bit to get myself to go a little bit further. I know you maybe have been there, and I feel your pain. I spent my entire years in high school and part of my years in college refusing to eat anything fun. I never had fried food. I never did anything that was off kilter. Instead, I followed to a T eating healthy. I avoided the bookstore candy. And even though I watched tons of friends enjoy all of these things, I never really did. I kept myself from enjoying my experience because I was dying to be skinny. Have you ever been there before? That you just need the weight on the scale to look a certain way? Well, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Leslie Urbis. I am a registered dietitian. I am a personal trainer, and I am using a signature system that will change your life. When I entered college to become a registered dietitian, I actually was 15 pounds overweight. One of the things that I tried to tell clients is that, believe it or not, all the diets you're doing are causing you to keep the 10 to 15 pounds. I went into college heavier than I was in high school because of all the chronic dieting I was doing, because of the cycling I was doing. And between 15 to 18, when your metabolism is kicking the most, I destroyed mine. So whether you're in your 20s, 60s, 80s, it doesn't matter. Your metabolism is here to work for you, and I'm ready to help you reclaim it through my signature system. I call it the secret energy of food, and it relies on 4 pillars. The first most important pillar is a catered to you nutrition design. Now, I'm not talking, let's give you your macro count and tell you what to eat and when. What I'm talking about is, what if you really do need a certain type of bread so your gut feels good? What if the food you're eating is what's causing you to be extremely tired? What if you actually are meant to be 10 to 20 pounds lighter, but you're stopping yourself from being there because you're so confined in what you're eating, because you're dying to be skinny? The cater to you nutrition piece is of utmost importance, so you know what you need to eat and when you need to eat it. The second piece is detoxing your kitchen. Now, for those of you that don't know, well, I am a registered dietitian of 14 plus years, and I have helped numerous people to successfully hit their goals, including one of my favorite clients, who is actually my first client, Cindy, who has lost 35 pounds in her 50s. And now she's almost 64 years old and has maintained those 35 pounds down without ever gaining 1 pound back. She's happy, she's healthy, she's wearing the bikini that she wants to wear every single day. I know part of this comes from the detoxing piece of your kitchen. You're using things to cook your food. And we know that the Italians, who love food, put so much love into what they're doing. So it's important that your kitchen, your pots, your pans, your food is all resonating with this. So we deep dive into, what do you need to get rid of in your kitchen? The third pillar is using something I call energy mastery, with a little bit of woo in my program, as I like to say, through getting rid of things that aren't energetically aligned with you and removing some of the energetic layers that you're carrying. A part of me was carrying around that 14-year-old girl's knowledge of, people think I'm fat. So whether I would look in the mirror and be exactly the weight I should be, I was plagued with, you're fat. Living out a body dysmorphia is never going to help you get to where you need to go. So using energy work, we can release what's weighing you down in that aspect. The last pillar is neuroscience. It is pinnacle to understand that if you grew up in a household that said, oh, when I was in my 10s, I could eat whatever I wanted to, but I'll see you when you're 30, your metabolism will slow down. Guess what's happening? You're living out what they told you. Worst of all, if you were one of those people that ate something and your mom was like, oh, if you eat that, you're going to turn out to be like Aunt so-and-so. And Aunt so-and-so happens to be morbidly obese. And then you hear your mom the next day on the phone, like she can't get around. She's always complaining. She's never good. She needs more sleep, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? You're going to become like Aunt so-and-so down the line. So you may actually be living out a piece of you that's not yours. It was just given to you when you were younger. So using some techniques through neuroscience, we're able to retrain your mind around these things and really step into more. These 4 pillars make up my signature system that I use to help clients successfully maintain the health they want. Losing weight, getting their gut in check, freeing themselves from the mind guilt that plays out when they're choosing, do I eat the cupcake? Do I not eat the cupcake? Do I eat the cupcake? Do I not eat the cupcake? And the massive guilt that follows when you actually do. Instead, they're able to really step into freeing themselves and being in the capability of being free and able to eat what they want when they want and live in the body that feels good to them. So when you want to know more, click below and book a call so we can get your signature system in place so you can be fit, fabulous, and free.